This is the video review of Transformers BotCon 2009 LeoZack. LeoZack is a character from the G1 Victory line. I'm sure I did a review of Leo Kaiser, the combined G1 form. And if you saw it, LeoZack, oops, let me move this. If you see that round bar in the corner, it's actually my lamp, so it could be kind of bright, but you don't see it in the way now. He is the repaint of Energon Starscream, which is, I think, the perfect mold for this character. I'll let you get a look at it. He's really, like, awesome. These are his Energon gun and sword, and they combine to make this big sword. I'll show you that later. Take a look at the bottom of him. You can hear my dog shaking and eating. I'm sorry. See the missiles? He's a very cool figure. One thing I would have loved if they would have gave him a new head, like they do with so much of the BotCon toys, like Razor Claw, for example. Let me do a comparison straight with the G1 LeoZack. Okay. You can see at the size is pretty much the same, but in robot mode he actually is pretty much bigger. You can see, pretty cool. I also have the 2005 BotCon box set Deathsaurus, and he is here, which is cool because in the Victory series, Deathsaurus was the leader for that series, Decepticon leader. So the fact that they got two BotCon molds is like pretty cool. It is my favorite series. Okay, that's pretty much all I have for now. Like I said, these are the weapons. They can be placed on each side through these little Armada top type peg holes. This one only has one hole on this side, but it can also be placed on the opposite side through this hole, so it's whatever you wish. This one has holes on both sides, so it doesn't really matter. So that's like a little weird looking, that's why I like to keep it the other way. Okay, the transformation is pretty simple. All you have to do is just pop in the little landing gears that are in here. Now we want to pull on the legs. Okay, also these can be popped out, which are his wings, so you can see the missile. And then we could bring down the whole legs like this. Turn this 180, which exposes his head. Now we want to bring down the arms, so we want to just bring it down like this and flip the wing on the other side. Same thing with this side. Get down. Okay, now we want to pop it like this, see, and bring it up and press it until it clicks, just like that. And then there are slots here and pegs that you press in. Now we want to turn the leg forward, flip this wing 180, and flatten the feet. It's gonna be a short review. Unfortunately, if you guys have read my comment on my profile, my mom and my stepdad are getting a divorce, so it's been a pretty rough time for the both of us, me, my mom, and my sisters. So I'm sorry if I haven't been able to bring up more reviews at the moment. I'm a little tight for money. So for now, I'm gonna bring you guys whatever figures I like the most reviewing. Okay, before I even add the weapons, you can take a look. He's really cool. I mean, I love this character, so I had to get him. I also got him along Skyquake, among one of the first people who had them. I couldn't review it until afterwards, just to be safe, you know. And you can check him out. He's really cool. Alright. You can, like I mentioned, put the weapons in his hands, of course. Just like that. It looks like he's dual wielding a sword and a gun at the same time. Fortunately, the ball joint on this figure is a little loose, so you see him all over the place. But like I also mentioned, you can make this into one big, really cool looking sword. So you put this piece on the top of there. Just like that. Okay, let me get you a look at how long it actually is. It's actually pretty cool. I had the original, both colors actually, the Energon one and the regular one, when I started collecting Energon toys. So, it's actually really cool. Like I said, a new face, a new head would have been ideal, and I would have liked to figure that much more, but it really doesn't need one, because he's one of my favorite characters of all time. As I mentioned, these ball joints are a little loose, so he's like wobbly. Alright, you can also pop out the wings like that and flip them frontward like this. And you have these two shoulder cannons, which are really cool. Also, the guns and the sword can be stored via this slot hole here. So you could put it in there, and you could put it in here. So it just looks pretty cool. Alright, let me get you one look at him around. 360. And then I'm going to do some comparisons. I want this review to get really long. Alright. Let's get a zoom in on that face. He has like a glittery face. Nice. Sorry, guys. Focus. He has like a glittery look to him. Alright, let me position him again. Alright. Be right back. So you see him here with Def Sawdust. They look really cool together, as I mentioned. So for you guys who don't actually have this mold, this guy is actually the mold of RID Megatron. So he has a variety of molds. I may review him soon. Okay, let me bring him out. But for you guys who don't have this mold, have my also new updated City Commander set. The one that was just released with the new shoulder rockets and the gun. So you can see that he's pretty small. And I also have G1 LeoZack here. So like I mentioned, they were pretty around the same size in jet mode, but you can see he's almost half of the BotCon LeoZack size. And one last one is my Skyquake, which I got alongside him. My BotCon Skyquake. I'm gonna get a Banzaitron coming soon, so when he does, I'll just show him off next to Banzaitron, because they were released as a set for this year's BotCon. Alright, bro. Let's get one last look at him. You can see he's really cool. My favorite. One of my favorite characters, so I'm really fond of the toy. Alright, posability wise, this is about it. It goes up and down, and you could move it like this, and this goes up and down. Head is 360. He also has painted red eyes. The knees can move. The waist has no movement at all. The feet can close out, but that's just about for transformation. So he's not really posable, but you know, it's still a very cool figure to have. If you're a Victory fan, you know, like me, it's a very cool figure to have. Okay, let's go back to transformation. To keep this short, guys. Alright, we want to start by pressing the feet down together like this, flipping the fin 180. Right, now we want to pop this piece out like that. And then we also want to bring this, pop it up like that, so it can come down. Like that, you want to make sure it clicks, and then you do a 180 turn. Alright, now you want to put in the arms. So, put one at a time, like that, and then you just manage to move that in right there, make sure they're even. Alright, and the last piece, we want to bring this, turn the legs slightly to that side, and there are pegs and a slot right there that allows the legs to clip on properly. Give me 1 second. Just like that, and this was giving me problems, so hold on a minute. Maybe it's not turned enough. There we go, just like that. Okay, now we want to pop out the landing gears, just like that. Okay, and add the weapons. So So I'm sure you could probably hear my dog eating. Big pit bull. Alright. That's about it. One last look at the vehicle mode, and I will give you my final thoughts. My final thoughts on the figure are, he is, one of the vast figures that last year's BotCon toy line had. And unfortunately, I don't have a lot of them. All I have is Razor Claw, Skyquake that you just saw, and LeoZack. I'm gonna get a Bonsai Tron soon, so that will be a cool addition. And I've only recently started buying BotCon toys. I've been a fan for a very long time, but I haven't really been that into. I didn't really know much about BotCon until recently, so I didn't know how rare and cool they are, and now I'm just hooked. So I want to get my hands on the Scourge and the Sweep set, which would be awesome. But for now, this is all I have. Like, LeoZack is one of my favorite G1 Decepticons of all time. So I really had to have this figure. I just love what the coloring and everything about him is just awesome to me. Some people see it as a repaint, but I think it's just the character itself that's what really brought me into this figure. Anyways, hope you guys have enjoyed it. I know I haven't been popping out a lot of reviews recently, but I told you about the divorce and the funeral. Everything has been all over the place. But now that things are calming down, when I start gathering some more money, I'll buy some of the more recent Revenge of the Fallen toys, like Lockdown and Bludgeon and Dirge. I'll hopefully get those soon. I know I'm getting a Revenge of the Fallen Human Alliance Barricade. That's a must, so I may get that soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and it wasn't a long one, but I had to do one. Thank you so much for the support, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. My name is LeoZack, and thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.